I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. Sam, born on the 4th of July. I got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride a pony. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Happy Memorial Day!
And we just realized that I would have worn blue because we have our guests red, white, and just imagine me in blue and Geoff in blue.
Well, I'm in gray, so I'm kind of the most tortured state of the Civil War. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm a Yankee, so
we were both sides.
I forgot about that gray thing.
Something about that being kind of neutral and loving everybody on both sides, right?
Absolutely.
So here we have today, our two guests are Milla Solvie, who is Miss Table Rock Lake, and Miss Chelsea, outstanding teen. And then we have Miss Chelsea Arnold, who is Miss Table Rock for the Miss section of Miss America. So
and
let's
this is
hear
Peggy
it
Lee
for
Brennan, Miss Senior America 16. My bad.
16.
And I'm Geoff.
And this is Geoff with a G. So, okay, we are open-ended, so we can start anywhere. And Geoff thought he wanted to start in the womb.
Yes. What did it feel like inside your? Okay, Chelsea, you were in the womb first. You're a couple months older than Milla.
No.
Couple
am I allowed
years,
to say that?
Many years, I think.
But we are timeless here. We're all timeless.
That's right.
We're
Absolutely.
Timeless, so it's all good. It's all
you
good.
You said okay. We know what they're competing for, so yeah. We'll give the one with more experience, Chelsea, with more opportunity to show Milla how you give those presentation skills. We're testing your presentation skills today. No judgment, no pressure.
No pressure.
I told you this
No
was
pressure.
not going to be judged, but you know what? I changed my mind.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I got my
Oh, no.
evaluation system ready to go here.
All right.
No, I'm nervous.
Well,
don't answer him if
But
you
you
don't
won't
want
be able to see it. We're just going to share it online.
So I'll be competing for the title of Miss Missouri. I've been involved in the Miss America organization for 10 years now. I started in the Outstanding Teen division when I lived in Nebraska, competed for the title.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I competed for the title of Miss Nebraska's Outstanding Teen and was first runner-up in 2013.
Wow.
And I've been involved ever since. So this year we were crowned together in February, and I'll be going to compete for the Miss title, and Milla will be competing in the Outstanding Teen division.
And we know let's talk about the categories. Let's just bring them up for those of you who don't know. Okay, categories.
Yeah. So for the Miss division, we have recently changed things. In 2018 was the last year that we competed in the swimsuit portion of the competition. So now we compete in talent, onstage interview, private interview, evening gown, and then you have your social impact pitch, which is new. So before, all of us had a platform, a social justice kind of initiative that we would promote throughout our year. So mine is Read to Lead, which focuses on the importance of early childhood literacy. But now the organization has really shifted things in the last couple of years for the Miss portion, where now we get to actually do a full pitch on stage to talk about our social impact initiative and what we would do if given the title of Miss Missouri.
Now, do the teens have that? Tell what categories the teens have, which are different from the Miss.
Yes. So we have the sorry.
That's okay.
So we have I don't know.
You all do fitness. We don't do fitness
that's
anymore.
Right. I love fitness.
So
do you have a routine?
Yeah, interesting.
Fitness routine?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's something you practice prior? It's choreographed the same for all of you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what is your talent?
My talent is a jazz dance to barefooting.
Barefooting?
And I used to teach Milla when she was little. Like Milla now, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay. Milla was probably, let's see,
4'11",
or 3 feet when I started. She was so little. And I hadn't seen her for a few years. I was like, who's that fabulous girl when they had the auditions for 42nd Street? I'm like, who's that fabulous? Because they had masks on. The one with the feet, because I knew everyone, because I had taught them all. And
She
I'm like,
knows
who's
everybody's
that? I'm like,
feet.
but who's those fabulous feet? Who's that girl? And I was like, oh my gosh, because the mask and Milla got so tall. I'm like, of course, it's Milla's fabulous feet. But you're not doing a tap. You're doing
No.
jazz instead.
Yes.
Okay. That's
She's
interesting.
multi-talented.
Yes, multi-talented. Okay, and what are you doing for
I'm
your
doing
talent?
a jazz song. So we're both doing a jazz something.
Oh,
I'm doing a remix of Don't You Worry About a Thing. It's Tori Kelly's version.
Oh,
Mhm.
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Stevie Wonder had the original, and then Tori Kelly did it.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they love Stevie
Matt.
Wonder.
Yes.
And that's
Producer Matt knows it. He's taking over.
see, we wanted Matt to sing. Our
Yes.
station manager is a fabulous singer, songwriter,
Oh, really?
guitarist, and we usually
The only guitar I got's a little one. Like that little weird one, that backpacker.
well, we always
Still
try to
good.
recruit him. We always love, but we did a perfect song for today, didn't we? Like
Yeah.
who would have thought?
Right.
We just
Yankee
have to
Doodle.
wing every time. So
Yeah.
okay, so what made you pick your song for the talent?
Yes. So I am a jazz singer. I sang with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, the special unit in Los Angeles. So we tour a lot internationally, play private events, private parties, and then I also perform with Geoff in Branson.
Yes.
So jazz music has always been something really special to me. I sang a jazz song previously, but this year, going back to Miss Missouri, I wanted to switch it up a little bit. And I worked with the fabulous Bill Wolf in Kansas City, and he had this song that we had actually used for production in Miss Missouri the first year that I competed, and I loved it when it was done in the production number.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he turned it into a song that the girls could use for a competition. And so when I
Fantastic.
found out it was available, I was like, "That's the
That's
one. That's
it.
what I want to sing."
And if you love doing, do you love doing your talent?
Yes, I love my talent this year. It's a lot of fun.
What made you choose that song?
Well, normally I would just like do a tap dance
Yeah.
to like a Broadway song,
Of
but this year I
course.
wanted to try something new and different and out of my comfort zone. So I did a jazz dance to Barefootin', and I chose my song. Well, I didn't choose it. It
Mhm.
was my sister's dance
Okay.
because she was going to compete last year, but they had to cancel it.
Ava.
So I
COVID.
just learned her choreography, and now I'm doing it.
Mila, would you share with us your platform, which is so interesting?
So my platform is Civil Air Patrol, and Civil Air Patrol is an auxiliary to the United States Air Force. It was created in World War II so that pilots did not have to enlist. They could just join Civil Air Patrol, and that's where they'd get their planes from, Civil Air Patrol. And so we have a meeting every Thursday, sometimes more if we're doing fundraisers or volunteer work. Actually, today at 1:00, we're gonna go back here to Springfield, and we're going to place flags for Memorial Weekend on veterans' graves.
How
That's
nice.
beautiful.
And what do you want to be when you grow up? We already talked about this, but I know, but tell the audience.
So I would like to, I either want to be a Air Force for the Navy, or I would like to be a design engineer.
How about you, Chelsea? Well, okay, Chelsea, you just graduated.
Yes.
Tell us
Mhm.
about that.
Yeah, so I graduated from the University of Nebraska in 2020. I studied supply chain management, and now I'm getting my master's degree in public affairs. Ultimately, I would like to have my own nonprofit literacy organization. So that's the long-term goal. But right now, I'm really enjoying performing with Yakov while getting to promote my social impact initiative. So I get the literacy part of things and the performing side of things that I love as well.
Okay, tell us about tonight that we just found out.
Tonight is opening night of Yakov actually in Branson. So our show will be at 7:30. We have shows all year, Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Okay.
Question about Yakov. When is the last time he had his show? Did he?
He did shows last year.
He did.
He opened in May last year. Yes. So he did a full year of shows last year, but I unfortunately missed it. I was living in Orlando at the time that he opened. So I was down there working at Disney World on an internship briefly
fun.
while
What
he
did
was here in
what-
town. So I missed last year, but otherwise I've been with him since 2018.
What kind of internship?
I worked in merchandising, so I had a really fun job. I got to help kids build lightsabers. So I worked in Hollywood Studios. I was in the portion where kids can come in, they build a lightsaber, and then they take it next door and they fight Darth Vader with it.
Fun.
It was a great
my
time.
Fun.
Yeah.
Now, where were you born, Mila?
I was born in McAllister, Oklahoma, so down south.
When did you get here to Branson?
I would say like 2013,
'Cause I remember when you
2014.
first moved here, but I didn't remember
Yeah.
where you moved from.
Yeah, I moved from Oklahoma. I think I lived in Holdenville till I
Okay.
was like 7 or 8.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 5 siblings.
Yes, yes. And her
So 6 total.
Yeah, 6
Yes.
total.
6 of you. And how many boys?
2 boys, and then there's 3 girls.
And you all perform except for Austin, the boys.
Yep, the
That's
boys
funny.
don't perform.
Yeah.
My brother Clayton, he's like one of the oldest brothers. He would love to perform, and he loves to sing. He loves the attention, but he's
Shy? Is he too shy
He's
to
not
do it?
shy. He's just
Won't get
a
on.
little crazy sometimes.
He's very sweet. And Austin, who is
Yes.
here, is the senior at S&T in engineering.
Yep.
So he's the
And computer
He's-
left
science.
logical
He's
brainiac.
very smart.
Yes. And Chelsea, how about you?
Yes, I was actually born in Florida, then grew up between California, Nebraska, and Florida, and then wound up in Missouri my freshman year of college. Moved down here after I graduated high school.
Why did you move around?
Yeah, so that's a good question, actually.
Is it okay that I asked?
Oh,
it?
yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
you have to know with us, and especially later on, Geoff. Is
Mhm.
he? You don't have to answer anything you don't want to.
Oh,
Oh.
no,
But
no,
you
no.
can answer this
We
question.
just so my family is very close, all 4 or 5 generations of us, and my
Wow.
grandfather worked in higher education. So when I was born, he was working at the University of Florida, and my whole family was there. My brother and I, my parents, my grandparents, and my great grandparents.
Oh wow!
Then we all wound up moving to Nebraska. We lived under one roof, all generations under one roof in Nebraska, when he worked at the University of Nebraska.
How old were you when that?
So I lived in Nebraska probably about 8 years total, off and on.
So how was that? I mean, that's
It
interesting.
is interesting. I'm
Four-
glad to be in Missouri.
Four generations in one house?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Who cooked?
Oh goodness. Well, no one cooked well, but my mom and my grandmother. Well, my great grandmother, she was a good cook. She was a really good cook when she was here with us.
If there's many cooks, then everyone wants the kitchen, but it could kind of work out if there's only one that wants to. Go
That's
ahead,
true.
Have a ball.
That's true. Well,
Right?
I didn't learn to cook. I can tell you that much. So I'm learning now in adulthood how to do that.
Actually, our
Chelsea,
daughter
did you
had
learn?
learned it.
Because your parents are good cooks.
Oh,
Yes.
Did
Mila's
you pick up any of
parents.
those skills?
Oh my
Yes.
word!
Actually, my whole family can cook pretty
Oh.
well. We all have like that type of skill because my parents made us help them cook everything for dinner.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty talented in that era, like that genre. So
Mila's family does a lot with Italy,
yes.
so I know you are Italian,
Well,
Italian descent.
I wish I
real
was
Italian. Yes.
I'm more Norwegian than anything
Oh,
else.
okay,
My
but-
grandparents, my great grandparents, and my grandpa were full 100% Viking. So
Oh,
wow.
interesting.
Whoa.
But no, her family, we're talking about amazing cooks and chefs.
Makes sense.
Chefs, not just cooks, they're chefs.
they're
You go to
they're
your house
amazing.
and the food
still use
is
the egg?
gourmet, it's
Yeah,
delicious.
we actually have 2 eggs now.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
The big egg, they grill and
I'm
the,
a pitmaster.
the food.
Yeah,
You're a
okay.
pit man. Oh, that's a very Midwestern thing.
Yep.
We
that
did not
is
know
right.
about that
Pitmaster.
until we moved here from New York.
That sounds like
Yep.
something like
Okay.
WWF
You
or
guys will taste
something.
it sometime soon.
Is it that good? A pit master.
Pitmaster.
Okay,
Yeah.
in a sentence, give us what a pit master is for those watching from New York and LA who don't know
Yeah.
what a pit master is.
Somebody who lives for the curing and the smoking of beef, pork, etc., in a offset smoker, like down home, like actual wood smoker. I got a smoker on a trailer.
Okay, did you hear
Whoa.
that?
Wow.
Matt's got a smoker
I was
on
a
a trailer.
smoker once, but I was only for the show, and I called.
Me too.
People said, "You don't really smoke, do you? Because you look awful on stage." Thank you.
I had to smoke when I played Frenchie in Greece, and I had to learn how to
Oh.
do the French thing, and I got it. It would go up through. I worked so hard, I'd get the layout.
The French inhale?
I had to do the
French
French inhale. I had to,
I just can't picture you smoking.
and I had a
She
red
got-
wig.
They paid her.
I had lashes top and
Take the
bottom.
money.
They gave me fake, you know what? Oh yeah.
You had to smoke.
In Greece on Broadway.
Well, I had to get that laugh. It's important to get the laugh in
Right.
character.
Right.
So the whole scene, the pajama scene was all about that. So I had to learn. I practice, and I got it. I had that thing going, and they all lay out, and
Did you
I had no
smoke?
desire. Never. Oh, I didn't love smoking.
Thank
No.
Jesus.
No, it had no. Yeah, you know how some things you get addicted to, some people get. I had no addiction towards smoking. Yeah. Anyway, you're a singer, so you can.
You're
Yes.
Singer and dancers can't smoke. shouldn't
Right.
smoke.
Shouldn't.
You're
Right.
addicted to dancing.
I'm
Everybody
addicted
has
to
their
exercise.
addictions.
No, I'm addicted to exercise. Are you addicted to exercise? I am.
I would like to be.
That's like my best girlfriend. I take her when I lived in LA. I'd take her to Jane Fonda's workout, and she'd say, "I hate this. Do you understand? You love it. I hate this."
Yeah.
And I do.
There are certain workouts that I like much more than others. And I will say in 2018, when I competed here in Missouri, when we still did the swimsuit portion of things, I lost about 50 pounds because my freshman year of college, we had the unlimited dining plan and I got my money's worth. Absolutely. And then some. So when it came to doing the swimsuit portion, I very much at that time found a fitness routine that I liked, could tolerate, because I'm just not somebody that like loves to work out, but I feel better when I do it. I know that it's something I should be doing. So at that time, I really like kickboxing, and recently in Branson, I've been taking some yoga classes. So I really enjoyed that too.
Are you doing the hot yoga?
I've been doing yoga at TR. Shout out to TR Fitness in Branson. They've been sponsoring me this year.
Nice.
Table Rock Lake.
Fabulous.
It's right behind the Titanic. And they do yoga classes on Tuesday nights. They're fabulous.
What is
Hot yoga.
I explained the smoking. You have to explain yoga.
Mila's, does your mom still do hot yoga?
No,
And
she used to like religiously, but not anymore.
Okay.
How about you? Have you done it?
I've done it.
What's your take on hot
Tell
yoga?
us about, tell our
And
audience.
Peggy could share her take if she
So
wants.
hot yoga it's not my thing because I always fall asleep because it's so warm and like cozy in there. But if you're someone who like loves to stretch and like get your body moving, then hot yoga's definitely.
The first time I went, Miss Mill, who used to teach at Dance Branson, she was the ballet teacher. We had a few hours, a break in between. So she said, I know you have a break. You're coming with me. I'm like, where are we going? She says, you're coming with me. So she took me to a hot yoga class. I thought I was going to throw up. I had makeup on. I had to go teach. I had to go back and teach. I was black makeup. I was drenched. I thought I was going to throw up. I felt so ill. Then I went back a second time. She said, please, come on, Peg, come on. I went back the second time, the same thing. Then I thought, why does everybody love this? The third time I went back, but Amy Bernhardi told me, she said, sit by the door because some air will be coming in. We're talking, it's like 105 or so air coming in. Wow. And I didn't wear my yoga pants. I wore like little leggings. I wore like a little t-shirt. And the third time I got it. I got why people loved it. I felt invigorated. I felt awesome when I left. Yes. And then guess what? I haven't gone back. And this was years ago, and I'd love to.
Quit while you're
but
ahead.
I haven't. So we are going to take.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break for our sponsor with this rude interruption. Thank you.
It's not a rude interruption. Is it? No, it's not.
All right, it's only 40 seconds, so
there we go.
We'll be right back.
I feel so sluggish. Who knows what to do?
Billings, Montana.
And we're back. And I'm going to just take us another direction.
Uh-oh, I'm nervous.
When I grew up, I saw Pageant, it's like, wow, those girls are pretty. And, and then, of course, they had the bathing suit thing. And now that's gone. Mm-hmm. And for the teens, you did the, what do you call it?
Fitness routine.
Fitness. And Peg, for the seniors, they got rid of all of that. And they replaced
with, the philosophy is
the philosophy of life. But the thing is, you think of Pageant, so it's a beauty contest. But and especially when our daughter kind of fell into it, wasn't something we were ever looking for. Peg had done it as a young teenager. She kind of fell into it as a teenager as well. But I thought, oh, well, whatever. It's fun. She's giving her girlfriend some company while they were doing it, and then Helena ended up doing really well. But we found out that it was unbelievable what it did for her sense of self-confidence, poise. Now there is any type of competition, especially with a certain competition, there's going to be there's tension, but that's life. You compete,
Right.
and it teaches you how to compete. Tell me how the heck. I'll start with Milla, because Chelsea mentioned it a little bit before about your mom having done it. Oh no, you didn't. You said it off camera. You tell us about that in a minute. But Milla, tell me how you end up getting into competition, and why you wanted to and or didn't want to. How you ended up doing it, and how you feel about doing it now. What do you think about the future?
So I started doing pageants back in, I think it was 2015. I did or was it 2014?
The Little Miss.
Yeah, the Little Miss pageants. Actually, my first pageant was Little Miss Firecracker. That one was very interesting. And then in 2015, I competed for Little Miss Springfield. I won that one. And then I went on to Mexico, Missouri and competed for Petite Miss Missouri. And after that, after I won Petite Miss Missouri, I just knew that I wanted to continue doing pageants in the future. And so now I'm doing Miss Missouri's Outstanding Teen.
What was the high, low, and unique of your experience in pageants so far?
The low would probably be it takes up a lot of time. So basically my whole day is just pageant. I'm working out, practicing my routines, practicing interview, everything like that. And then probably the high would be I get to do all those things. Like it's just making my confidence go up. It's making me more self-aware and it's just I don't know.
And it's
like
fun.
a good experience.
As long as you still enjoy it.
Yeah, I
Right?
love it. It's so much fun.
And we've seen you grow up, with Peggy as a teacher, and we saw you in the 42nd Street, the high school show, and you're going to be a junior this coming year or sophomore?
I'm going to be a sophomore.
Sophomore. So you got a lot of. So are you excited as far as school goes? Do you expect to maybe to use those skills you're learning and do more with the shows there, or the plays, or
Yeah. So this next year I'm going to audition for the plays and the musicals.
The Drowsy Chaperone, I think.
Yes.
This is a great
I'm
show.
so excited.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Fantastic. And high, low. What's unique of it?
The most unique of pageants?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Or yes, as I would tell my daughter. Say yes.
Oh,
don't
we've
say
already
yeah.
talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Say
With
yes.
Helena, when we were coaching her,
Yes.
always yes. And then we were talking about that the other day. Yes. And your mother
Anyway.
knows that. So around the
Yes.
house, yes. No, yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
My
yes.
bad.
Yes.
Yes. The thing that pops in my mind as the most unique is just the different types of people who do pageants. They come from all walks of life. Like it's not
Yes.
just one certain group.
That's really good. It's not the stereotype.
No.
We know, and there's so much service involved. That was so
Yes.
wonderful for us with Helena.
Mhm.
You're constantly going to nursing homes, going to children's hospitals, fundraising. And you want to share a little bit about that, Chelsea?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in the time that I've been involved, I was really fortunate. In 2016, when I competed at the state level, I was awarded the Miracle Maker Award with the Children's Miracle Network partnership that we have with the Miss America organization. So, that was kind of my introduction to really how much service the organization expects of you. But I wasn't even familiar with the Children's Miracle Network. And then I was doing, making Valentine's with the kids in February, making Thanksgiving hand turkeys, things like that. Opportunities that I never would have been exposed to had I not been involved with the Miss America organization, had I not known about that partnership. But it's also given me the ability to promote my social impact initiative in ways that I never would have been able to without the title. So the shiny hat right here, kids love it.
They love it. They love it.
Yes.
Isn't it something?
They do. And when you go into a school appearance and you're wearing this little magic crown, suddenly everybody snaps at attention. And so it's a
know.
nice relief for the teachers if I come in and talk for an hour and they want to ask me questions about what I do, how I got this little hat, and talk about my literacy initiative as well, and also talk about how that has played such an important part in my life, and everything that I do now in my career and my studies is a product of the literacy foundation that I was given growing up in a non-traditional school schooling environment. Because again, moving around so much,
Yes.
I had a very unique schooling experience from that.
Yes.
And so being able to share that, really having the Miss Missouri organization to back me has given me a lot of credibility.
That's great. You know what? We have found Helena is going into senior year, and she's now, she just took the MCAT 2 weeks ago, and putting her whole application together. And you have to do your bio, you have to do your resume. And at the school, they have a team that looks over all the applicants of the school before they send everything
By
out.
the way, MCAT is medical
Yes.
college achievement test.
Something,
Yeah.
I think
Or
that's it.
aptitude, achievement.
Yeah.
So
And they said, okay, first of all, you have to send in your picture. You have to send in, and they're like, this girl's got it all together. And she said pageants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pageants. And then she had to do her interview, and they said it was fabulous. And she said, pageants. This is nothing compared to the interview that you walk in on, right? And you have the team of judges, and you, how long is it for the OTs? How long is the interview?
I'm pretty sure it's
again?
8 minutes.
It's 8. And how about for the miss?
I think it's 8 minutes, 30 seconds. You get like a 30-second closing around there. So
Okay. Do you have a closing?
Truthfully, so interview is one of my favorite parts. So yes, I love to interview. And so when I have my 30-second like closing, I typically really just say whatever is on my heart, whatever I feel like I needed to share with the judges. I try not to create anything in advance that feels ingenuine. I like to go in there and just be really authentic. And if I feel like there's something else that I needed to share, or just, give them a last little snippet about why I feel I would be the best Miss Missouri, then I just share what's on my heart.
I like that. It's kind of being in the moment.
Yeah.
Some people have memorized scripts, and if they need that, that's okay too.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's okay. But depending on what the judges ask you, and
Right.
if it's not asked, then you are in the moment to give them what you feel they need.
Right.
What's your favorite part of the
competition?
So
Milla?
slowly but surely, interview is becoming my favorite part of the competition.
Isn't that
Now,
awesome?
why is
Yeah.
that?
Because I've been practicing it every single day.
What is what is the main thing that you feel like you've advanced in through your training for the interview? What like category, or
Probably just getting my point across. I would say I've had kind of some trouble doing that lately, but since I've been practicing, I've been getting a little better at that.
Do you know what I also find as a dancer? Dancers don't have to be as articulate as maybe a singer or an actress, because they're expressing through their body. So dancers, I think, have to work harder. And then once you find your voice, then there's a freedom that takes place. But don't you find that? I've found that. I've seen it. I've seen it.
I can't dance, so I don't know.
There you go. Well, you can step touch.
I can step touch.
You get an opening number, correct, that
Yes.
Helena will be doing with all of you. Miss Erica is the producer. And did you get it and have started looking at it? So when you get there for rehearsal, you already know it?
Yes, we have a few dances. We do a little sister dance as well. So we have all that choreography. We've been practicing it.
Okay, let's talk about the Little Sister program.
Yeah.
Okay, who is your little princess? Do you have one yet?
I have one, and so we just got in contact with her. I tried contacting her a little while ago, but we just got in contact with her, and I can't remember the name because I haven't talked to her very much. So
Who made the
I'm
connection
sorry.
for you?
I'm pretty sure it was Susan.
Okay. Now, Chelsea, share what the Little Princess program is.
Yeah, so the Little Sister program was created to help girls get involved with the organization at an early age, specifically girls that live in like the central Missouri area. So my little sister, her name is Lauren, and she has so much personality, the most personality I've ever seen in a 9-year-old in my entire life, and she loves to be on stage. We have so much fun together. She was my little princess last year too, and she's a hoot. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her again this June.
And what did they get to do? when they go to the pageant week? How long is the pageant?
So for Miss, it's a little different. We get there Sunday and then we leave on Saturday. So it's a full week for us. The little sisters get there about halfway through the week. We do a luncheon together, and then we do a little sister dance on stage all together where we wear matching outfits, and the girls love it. And then we also have them come out when we do preliminary evening gown. They come out with us and they get to do a little walk and walk down the runway with us too. And my little sister, she just eats it up. She's fabulous.
Oh, that's so nice.
So what's the high, low, and unique of your pageant experience?
Yes. So I would say, again, like back in 2018 when we were doing swimsuit, probably the low for me was really struggling with body image, because at that point, I had not met any of the other contestants other than my sister queens that I loved, and we were very close. But, you see these photos of these girls.
Sister queens, just share a little about what sister queens mean.
Yeah, so girls that were crowned together. So like this year, Milla and I are sister queens. That year, there were 5 of us total who were all going to Miss Missouri. But other than that, I hadn't met anybody. And I was seeing these images online of these absolutely gorgeous girls, of course. And it was really hard not to compare myself to that, especially when I was going through this kind of transformation process, trying to get myself in shape, because this was not something that I had been even thinking about in college. I was just focused on school. And, that was teaching me you have to be putting effort into every portion of your life in order to be the best version of yourself. To be the best student, you have to be taking care of your nutrition and your fitness. You have to be taking care of your mental health. Like all of those things come together.
Total being.
Absolutely. And that was not something that I was focusing on. I was strictly focused on academics. So that was really difficult for me, but I learned a lot from it now. The high of my pageant career. So throughout my time competing, I've won over $20,000 in scholarship money. So I actually graduated from the University of Nebraska completely debt-free. I have no undergraduate debt.
What a blessing that
yes,
is, isn't it?
absolutely.
The
scholarships.
part of it is amazing.
Right.
Alina got to go for free to University of Alabama.
From the special
Miss Missouri's outstanding teen.
Miss America's outstanding teen organization scholarship.
Yeah,
There's
it's incredible.
So many scholarships available.
Right. And people don't realize now too, once I graduated, and then it would have, I'm seeing a lot of my peers, it's time to start paying the debt back. And that number that you weren't thinking about when you were in college suddenly becomes very real when you receive a bill in the mail.
Right.
So not having to deal with that totally opened so many other opportunities for me to have the financial freedom to do what I really want to do, like pick up and go do an internship at Disney World, like those kinds of things. I could do them because I wasn't burdened with student debt, which was incredible. That is such a blessing. And then I would say the most unique part of my experience has really been the friendships, because the friendships that you build in pageantry are so different from any other friendships that I've ever experienced, because it is a lot of work. It's a lot of discipline. And all of the girls that go to the state level are very similar in their mindsets. They're hard workers. They're high achievers. They're there for a reason. They understand discipline. They understand the full, whole body experience, taking care of yourself in every aspect. And so you naturally just have so much in common once you get to that level, once you get to know these people, and it creates a bond unlike anything else.
It's like, I think Milla understands this. When you're on a dance team and then kind of the pageant sisterhood, you come up together, as we say in New York. You schlep together, you're sweating, you're rehearsing, you're trying to break through with things, and that creates such a bond.
It does.
And even we're still in show business, Geoff and I. We're older, we are timeless, but those that are still left in it, if I can't get something, I'll call and say, how about you? We're in it together. We're still all in it. And we're happy you're still working. Wow. Oh, yeah, I'm still working too. There's a camaraderie. And I've seen that some of Helena's best friends are her dance team and her pageant sisters.
Yes, and that's been
that
my
competed against
too.
her. They competed against each other for a number of years. But when you're still in it together, there's something about that.
How do you handle, though, the hard part where you are still competing with, especially in your case, where you've been doing 10 years. So these are
don't remind me.
10 years.
If you list
She's a baby.
If you list your best, let's say half a dozen friends, I would guess that at least a portion of them are your pageant sisters, and
Right.
how do you handle those? That's something that Helena is concerned about.
Helena
going
wouldn't
back
go in
to
Missouri.
She
I
doesn't
don't
want to
think.
compete. She doesn't want
Really?
to compete
'Cause
against her friends.
All her
Yeah.
best.
And it's how do you handle
She
that?
won't do
Because
it, I think.
obviously you are handling that, and Amelia, you
Bailey's
to a
coming
certain
up
extent you are
now.
as well,
Yeah.
right? Because you're some of the same girls. Yeah.
Yes.
To be honest, that is not something that I've ever struggled with.
Good.
I struggled with the comparison before I met these girls. I struggled with the comparison when it was really a reflection of my inner thoughts about myself and my body image and my confidence. But as time has gone on and I've been able to get to know these girls, it has never even crossed my mind,
Mhm.
that I would want to sabotage somebody else or that I wouldn't want them to be successful because I also want to be Miss Missouri.
Exactly,
It really
yeah.
and I think a lot of that just comes from confidence that I've built in competing, the confidence in the process. But when I think about Miss Missouri, I can totally differentiate between my Miss Missouri friends and my pageant sisters and my Miss Missouri journey, the competitive part
that.
of things. It's strictly when I think about the competition, I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about what I need to do. It's not even like it's so compartmentalized in my
That's-
brain that the sisterhood side of things,
Mhm.
I really don't even associate.
It's being
So
your best
healthy.
self.
Yeah,
It's being
it
your
really
best self
is.
in every area. And then it's like praying, okay, Lord, if this is the door that's supposed to be open for me, I'm doing this. I'm in it to win it.
Right.
But I will do my best. I'll do all I can to
Mhm.
win it. And that's
Yeah.
all I can do.
And I do feel very fortunate to have that mindset too, because I know that makes things so much more pleasant for me when I go to Miss
Yes,
Missouri. But
yes.
again, I do believe that,
Yes.
everything that's meant to happen for me is going to happen for me. And all of those times, and people asked me this quite a bit when I was first runner up, because I was first runner up to Miss Nebraska's Outstanding Teen, and then again, first runner up to Miss Missouri.
Wow.
And people are like, don't you just wish,
Yeah.
1 point? But really, no, I don't, because that's what allowed me to win. $20,000 in scholarship money is more than you win when you become Miss Missouri. And so
Right.
from being first
Yeah.
runner up, I've
Yes.
been able to stack that
Yes.
scholarship money, and that's what paid for my school. Like at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade the experience that I've had for anything. And it also,
Yeah.
not becoming Miss Missouri allowed me to go on tour during Miss America and things like that. Everything has played out so perfectly. So, I believe in my heart completely and fully that when the time comes for me, that will be my time. And
Yes, yes.
if it's not, it has absolutely nothing to do with my
No.
relationship with the other girls,
No.
and I'm thrilled for them. I'm
And you
thrilled
can't
for
regret.
all of
You
them.
can't look back.
Right.
You have to forget the things behind, reach forth to the things ahead,
Mhm.
and do what you're called to do.
Yes.
Now, Milla,
Hmm.
have you gotten to be friends with any of the girls who you're competing against? How many are doing Outstanding Teen this year? Around 23, 28?
Yeah, around 23.
Okay. So have you, well, I know in your younger days when you competed, you did compete against some of your friends.
Yes.
But you were young.
yeah.
You were
so,
young
yeah.
and you were in it to just enjoy
I was
being
just
your best.
doing everything for fun.
Yes,
So.
yes, yes.
I'm
But
still
you
am,
still,
but
Good.
it
yeah.
sounds that
Good
way.
attitude.
It sounds that way. And this is the nice thing about this pageant, and I know other pageants, it's preparation.
Mhm.
Yes.
You start out it's growing from glory to glory, getting better.
Mhm.
So every year you learn something new
Mhm.
and you
Yes.
get better. So isn't that exciting that you like the interview?
Yes,
I'm amazed
that
at
used
that.
to be like this. I was so
2 minutes.
scared for interview. Wasn't anything I was confident in, and now, like as of right now, I'm getting a lot more confident in interview. And I think I'll
Yes,
do good.
that's so exciting because Mila's the baby of the family.
Yes.
So when
Milla
you're the
has
baby,
to,
everyone else talks for you, right?
Yes, that is
Absolutely.
true.
As the baby of a large family, as a
Oh.
member of a 4-generation family in the past 3 years, you must. This might be part of the reason why you guys are okay with, because you compete all the time in your life.
Yes.
You know, but give us a little word of wisdom.
Yes, we have 1 minute left. Give
What
us a
do
word
you
of
want to tell
wisdom.
everyone?
My word of wisdom is be your best self. Be your best self.
Fabulous. Word of wisdom.
Yes. Everything that you do in your life starts with a basic foundation of a solid education. And that's my mission to promote as Miss Table Rock Lake and as Miss Missouri. And so you can find more about that on my Miss Table Rock Lake Facebook page, the social impact initiative that I'm going to promote. And that's really what my motto is this year.
Okay. My
What's
word of
yours?
wisdom is going to be Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves.
All things work together for good for those who love the Lord, who are called according to his purposes. We pray, Lord, let us do your purposes.
That's
Let us
right.
do something positive in this world
That's
today.
right. Make a positive impact for good. And that's what these girls are going to do. And let's just celebrate them
Thank you.
for the Miss
Milla
Missouri
Solvie.
pageant and Chelsea Arnold. Happy
God bless.
Memorial Day.
Where do I find the best signs for the best price?
I know where.